Hello everybody and welcome to Cinema Savvy. It is myself George bringing you a brand new review. This is of course for Season 4 of Stranger Things Volume 2, and before I get into it, this is going to be spoiler free, covering today's 2 episodes because we're going to have a massive spoiler discussion next Wednesday. So it's going to be spoiler free, it's going to be a lot shorter today, and we will have Tate on for that one alongside hopefully one other guest who we are working on, which is very exciting. But as I said, I am here to review the finale and I guess episode 8, which was both released today at 8 a.m. with a running time of around 3 hours 45 minutes. So that's what I've been doing today alongside I guess a lot of other people, and it's going to be really exciting to talk about this. So what I want to hear from you guys as well in the comments. Please comment your thoughts on the final 2 episodes, maybe your thoughts on Season 4, but please do try and keep them spoiler free, just because we want to come back for a spoiler discussion and we can go over all 9 episodes together. We can speak about character ending arcs, storylines, all that kind of stuff in specifics, whereas today it's going to be a broad overview of the final 2 episodes and I guess wrapping up the season as a whole. So as I said, please comment along, and if you're new to the channel, so Stranger Things isn't going anywhere at the moment, and of course it's going to be a final season, so please do hit that subscribe button. We've also got a playlist where you can see all of our Stranger Things reviews. That is in the description below. And if you want to follow us on our social medias, it's the best place to find out when we're doing videos, when they're going to go up, all that kind of stuff. That's Twitter and Instagram at cinema_savvy, Facebook and letterboxd.com/cinemasavvy, and we have a link to Redbubble in that description below. But as I said, I'm going to talk spoiler free about this. It's going to be really hard, but don't worry, I'm not going to ruin anything. And I guess I'm going to begin where we left off on the previous episodes. What are my vague thoughts on Part 1? Volume 1, sorry, I absolutely loved it. I thought it's been one of the best seasons so far up to that point. I've really enjoyed seeing those episodes. The big finale, obviously when me and Tate dropped the review, we'd only seen the first 6, we didn't have the ending, and the big revelation with Vecna. Obviously we're always grateful for those review opportunities, and you know that finale was great within itself, and I've really enjoyed the series. Obviously over the last few weeks now we've seen Kate Bush at #1 in the chart. We've seen so much stuff happening with Stranger Things. It's just been incredible to see this show and how people are speaking about it. And what I will say, heading into Volume 2, I was very sceptical at the beginning. Should they have split the season up? A 7-2 divide is quite extreme. I actually don't mind it. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole dilemma of weekly versus releasing them all together. This is them trying to appease both fans. But what I want to kind of go in that regard is, this show was very smart because you've just had one of the biggest shows of the year in Kenobi air at the same time. And now that has finished, no one is going to be talking about anything other than Stranger Things for the next few weeks. And I know that's a problem. People say a lot of Netflix stuff, but this gap in the middle has given people the chance to catch up, and it's been able to give them the chance to get involved, discuss it, see the theories come out. So you're getting the benefits of that gap in between, and I think it's been really exciting approaching this, seeing how excited people were, what people think might happen, could happen. So there's going to be a lot to talk about on Wednesday in that regard, and only getting 2 episodes today, the length of them is, as I said, under 4 hours for 2 episodes of a TV series. It's absolutely insane. And I've just got to say, I'm once again surprised that it works. That these longer episode formats, they don't ever feel like, oh, I just watched 3 episodes. They each feel so perfect within themselves. And even the finale, say 2.5 hours. I did have to check, at a certain time points as well. We're only like 59 minutes in. Like, it was absolutely crazy, being able to do that again with a TV series, a 2.5 hour episode. And it just works in its regard. And I want to just give outright praise to the Duffer brothers for this series. I wasn't on the reviews for the first 3 seasons. I came to it quite late in 2019, so I'm newer as the Strange Things fan goes, and I have enjoyed it to the point, and it's been really exciting, watching it properly for once, I guess we can say. And I understand where a lot of the hype comes from. Obviously, people have favourite characters all over the place. I'm sure you've seen the campaign for people who want to see stay alive and all that kind of stuff. And if I'm ready to get into these last 2 episodes, I'm just going to quickly speak about them in the storylines. So we've got the 3 major storylines. We've got the Russia stuff, we've got the stuff with 11, and of course we've got what's going on back with everybody else and the Upside Down. I know the Upside Down is part of all of it, but you know what I mean. And I think it's fair to say all 3 story arcs work perfectly for me. They come together in a meaningful way after this series is done, the final 2 episodes. I feel very much that it's worked keeping these characters apart, because now they've come back together, the storylines are finished, as you could say. It's going to make things a little bit easier heading into a final season. So that's how I feel about where the arcs ended. Each arc individually itself, it's hard to speak about in specific detail. What I will say is my most enjoyable of them was obviously what was going on back at the main storyline. I know Eleven's probably the main character, but everything going on with Vecna, I mean Max as well. Listen, there's a reason why Kate Bush is number one. It's not just because of the fantastic song; it's the way it's used in this series, and obviously in these episodes again today, it's used in an even better way. But what they were able to do with this show is, and certainly in the final two episodes, they were really able to sync up those stories, have them all come into fruition, have each arc close off within themselves, allowing people to move on, and that's a very hard thing to do. And one thing I want to kind of point towards, which is very off topic, but kind of a point, is Game of Thrones. If you remember on the early seasons, if anyone actually watched our videos back in the day, we'd split up our episodes following characters based off what location they're in. And it's been amazing to do that with Stranger Things, because obviously it hasn't happened in the previous 3 seasons, and I just think it's been able to add so much more, not just character development, we've been able to have people come in like new characters, existing characters, everybody gets their moments, everybody has their individual character arcs, and I think that's been the beauty of splitting them up. If you had this massive ensemble together, I don't think it would have worked for this series. I don't think it would have worked for the story they have gone with, and even more importantly with that, I don't think it would work heading into a final season. I think where the final season's going to go, which is a big question, and obviously I'm not going to discuss that too much right now. What I will say with the final season is that they've earned getting to where they are. Because I was watching this, I was like, how are they going to top season 4? How have I just witnessed the last 9 episodes and think there's more on the way? Because we've had such a long wait for this, and it's been well worth the wait. The quality of the show is at its absolute best. This is by a country mile to me better than season 1. Season 1 is phenomenal, I must add, and it's been really interesting that we've been able to come back to this after so much time away, with it being at its best. And that doesn't happen often with TV. Normally, TV shows can go away, and when they come back, they just don't work anymore. But that's not been the case with Strange Things season 4, and as I'll say, volume 2 has really improved upon that, and it just leaves that question lingering of, okay, there is one more season, there's a final season, and it has built up to it, and we're seeing shards coming together from previous seasons. So what I do know is when season 5 does come around, rewatching 1 to 4 is going to be really exciting in preparation for that. I'm just going to add that in right there, but personally, it's hard to do this spoiler free. So what I'm going to jump to next is actually, I'm just going to pick out a few standout characters and performances, because I think everybody's been phenomenal in this series. I don't think there's been a single wasted person. New cast members, original cast members, returning people, surprises, all that kind of stuff. I just want to go to Sadie Sink again and say she has been the MVP of season 4 for me personally. We obviously get her in these 2 episodes. You've seen these 2 episodes, you'll obviously understand and we get even more with her. And I'm going to kind of double down on what's about Lucas. The Lucas stuff wasn't as interesting in volume 1, but in volume 2 it all comes together. And this is the only criticism I have of that whole let's have a 5-week gap, because you're not forgetting anything, but we're not able to see his full character arc. Whereas we've been able to get that today, we've been able to have that completion, have its moment, and that's what I've absolutely loved with this. So I thought he was one of the standouts in volume 2, but for me this has been Sadie Sink series, and of course Eddie. Eddie has become an instant fan favourite on the spot. To bring in a new character, to make him the kind of victim of the show. If you really think about this season, it all stems around Eddie. And I've absolutely loved him in this series. I know many other people will say the same. I think the Hellfire Club is instantly going to be one of the most iconic t-shirt designs for maybe the next 5-10 years. It's something you're going to see at a lot of conventions in the street. I think the impact he's had on this series is nothing short of monumentous, and it's been really exciting to see his character as well. And I know that the actor's going to be at a convention soon, so it's going to be really exciting to see him in panel talks with people discussing his role in the series. So that's what I'm going to say on them. Obviously, the spoiler discussion, we can get into a lot more things because there's so much to talk about with that for next Wednesday. So I'm going to leave this here right now. I'm going to keep this one a bit short today so we can do this next week. And as I said, if you haven't seen the series, if you're watching this, you're going to be very surprised if you've seen volume 1 and 2 and not 2 and watch this. But if you have, as I said, comment your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on Strange Things Season 4, Volume 2. Was it worth the wait? Should they have come together? Any standout storylines on your behalf? Please do let me know. We'll have a look at all those comments that come. And of course, find us on our social media. That's Facebook and Twitter. Facebook and letterboxd.com/cinemasavvy. Twitter and Instagram at cinema_savvy. Letterboxd.com. And we're on Redbubble, link in the description. You can pick up loads of our merch on there as well. So, if you're a fan, do help us, do support us. We've got a lot more videos coming on the way. We've got something monumentous in the works that I'm very, very, very excited to talk about. I'll be able to talk about it a little bit nearer the time. When it's done, and then I can start sharing and building up to it. So we are working on things, and I think you're going to enjoy them. So please do stick around. There's a lot of fun stuff happening. We'd love to get you involved with us on this journey. So take care, thank you for watching, and be sure to join us on the next one.